Okay, here we go. Let's share my screen. Stop share. Perfect. Okay, hope you guys can see me. There we go. Yeah. All right then. Let's just cut right to the chase, guys. What's the most ideal situation we want, right? We just want a prospect, an ideal target prospect, and we just want to put this offer in front of them, right? Because we know how much value this has and how much it gives to us. And we're so sure that someone else is going to value it. So we just want to put it in front of them, right? And then they'll see the value and then they'll pay the money and then you'll make your money. So simple, right? That's the ideal situation, right from the off. So, you might just be like, oh, I've got this amazing done for you system. It's only a one-time payment, $77, comes with, talking about, and it just comes with all this stuff that's, listed over here. So, all kinds of video marketing products that you and anyone can use for any business. Each of them are very high converting. They come with the high converting sales funnels, including the email swipes. One is this really cool sketch video software to boost engagement, more than 300%. You got traffic sources you get for free. 30 of them get sent to you as soon as you join. This is all like just for $77, by the way. Keep remembering that. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, one penny clicks, how to get more of a following on any of your fan pages. Got loads of kind of online marketing training. So Facebook ads, Instagram stories, all of that stuff. Got a professional sales team who are doing all the upsells and selling for you. That's massive. 50% commissions. You can make your money back in 2 sales. This is even 50% commissions of high-end products, like $3,000 products. Upgrade. Sorry, that's not for the franchise. That's only for the franchise. But yeah, everything else, 50%. Upgrade and do the exact same work, and then you're on the franchise level. Now you're getting 50% of $3,000 sales. That's $1,500 commissions forever for a one-off payment of $3,000. Get a free Facebook group, so you get all the updates and all the results that all the sales coaches post in with their videos. You can actually welcome people in so that these new people feel familiar into a group before investing into it. So that helps a lot with their trust process. All our team, they're getting all kinds of crazy results. My mentor got $90,000 in 2-3 months. Literally it's crazy. Everyone's getting franchise sales, $3,000 booms every single day. It's literally mental. Got a support desk, so you can just get all your questions answered. Some of the best marketers in the industry who's, you get their support as well. The ones who actually, CEO levels, very approachable people, very nice people. And, you actually get your own personal business coach from my.com business itself. So you always got that whole supporting hand that you need. Automation, all done for you. Like all the email swipes are all written out, all the copy, how it's all sequenced out, subjects. Then, all the sales funnels are all made for every single product. We've probably got like 20-30 products in there. All of them are tested and proven. And you get mentorship, from one of the leaders within the company as well. So that would be, for example, myself, and if I'm talking about this, and you're getting mentorship to help you every step of the way, just following a step by step, right? And you're also getting all that guidance, the mindset help, all of this stuff, so that it's only you that's in the way of getting away in your dreams. So, I mean, look, all of that, come on, for $77, do you want to join? So that's the ideal situation you'd love, right? For them just to be there and say yes. So what normally happens with that, and bear in mind, this is talking to someone that you might actually like, not just anyone that you don't want to do business that doesn't, you just bring it to everyone, anyone, right? So do you want to join? And what's the typical response, do you think? Given all this amazing features and value that you're going to get just for $77, like the price of a dinner, family of 2 or 3, whatever. Come on, that's like, you got to come in for that. So do you want to join? What do you think is going to happen? They're not going to join. They're never going to join. I don't care if you've got the best products. I don't care if you've got the best company. I don't care if it's the perfect prospect of who it should be there for. I don't care if it's, who you are and you believe so much about yourself. They're not going to join. And the reason being, we're going to go through it. So what are some of the reasons that they resist your offer? And I know that was very extreme how I put it, but this is essentially what goes on in any company, within especially this type of industry. You know, where people get so excited about what they want to pitch, even if you're being more calm about it, let's go through the reasons why, in general, right? Why anyone, no matter what you do, why anyone's going to resist. First of all, if there's no relationship, then they're just going to resist, right? So that's a very important one, but I'm sure you guys know some of that sort of stuff by now. I'm just going through every possible reason. You pitched, right? All you did there was talk about features and benefits. I know this is not a product, and we're not talking about the product's features, but we are still talking about the features of a system and the benefits of it as well. So all of that stuff, that's a different industry. That's not for this industry. And because you pitched, you don't understand how this industry works, you're not going to make a sale. It just might not be for them, right? You didn't do enough investigating to find out who is it, who is this really for, and do they fit that criteria? That's another big reason. They didn't value it enough. They didn't value it enough. So, you know, to actually pay, you know, compared to the value they think they're going to get, it just wasn't enough for them. So that's one possible reason, and enough to pay now, okay? Because we're talking about the now offer. We're not talking about you know, someone might want it, but they'll pay later. No, we care about what they're going to pay now, because that's literally where you know, most of your energy needs to be focused. And yeah, enough to pay now means if they didn't, they basically saw they didn't value it enough to have a change, you know, to either have the value that you're going to have or just carry on without the value that you were going to give. So important kind of concept to think about there. They rejected you. Now, don't take this personally, but this is truth, right? People join people in this industry. So even if you ticked all the above boxes, if they do not see you as their leader to their promised land, they're not going to go for it. I mean, sometimes they might, but in the long term, if you want consistency of results, they need to see you as their leader. Otherwise, they might think, great system. I love it all, love everything about it. It's exactly for me. I need it. I'm in a lot of pain. But if they find someone else in the industry who's got what you've got, they're going to join them. You are the product. You must consider always that. You must always consider that. It's just not the right time for them. You know, they've got too much on their plate. Yeah, just whatever they're going through in life, it's just not the right time. However, if someone really did value you and they valued your offer and everything, and especially if you set certain deadlines around it, even if it's not the right time, and I've been there before, I would still put money down and just get on with it later. You know, I think Richard Branson says that a lot. If you don't know how something works right now, just take it and do it later, even if you can't even work on it. So there's another thing to bear in mind. Their own blockages, right? People come with their own blockages. Everything could be the exact thing they actually need. But if they've got blockages, if they don't have their self-belief that they can do it, or their self-love that they deserve it, then, you know, it's just nothing you can do about that. You can only help them with their mindset, you know, beforehand. But it'd be also nice for you to know how you can make sure that's not the issue, right? And sometimes they're just not the one, okay? And when that is the case, if you look at all these examples, you know, you can do something about all of this stuff if you're, you know, doing it right. But when it comes to their blockages, you can still help with that. If they're just not the one, and you just have to remember, you know, Jim Rohn has a great phrase, some do and some don't. You know, he says it so nicely. I can show you a video on that. It's just some do and some don't. All right. Not everyone's just going to, you know, meet the criteria. Not everyone's going to love your offer. It's not like your thing's just the best ever thing ever in the world for every single person. Nothing ever is. So in that case, it's just more about, okay, take it on and just move on quickly. You know, this is a fast-paced industry. You don't want to hang about for so long on any one single person. So there's a few, like, you know, bullet points kind of simply laid out. You know, if you can make sure your prospect is not one of those and you're not doing one of those, you have a very good chance to build towards a sale. Okay, so the thing is, how do we actually get there, right? How do we cover all of those points to actually make this happen? So that's something that I'm going to go through in the rest of this training, because this is essentially what it comes down to, right? If you know the steps to cover all of this to make sure you can actually get to the sale, or have a high chance as possible to get to the sale, you're in the money, my friend. So quickly just go into a more slightly detailed slide on this. Why is it again that they resisted you when you made the offer? So I'm just going to give you a high level again, just to really get this in your mind so that you know whether you're meeting these criteria or not. People don't like being sold, and you pitch features and benefits. That's not the industry we're in. You don't understand this industry then. You need the training to understand how this industry works. And in fact, you're not the only one. 95% of the market out there is struggling, and it's because they're not being taught the real 7-figure secrets, which fortunately I have, because I have a millionaire mentor who shares the secrets. So that's the big reason why. And it's really important that you understand the industry at all times. You've come probably from 20 plus years of features and benefits background. It's so hard to unlearn. It just comes with doing that you'll understand how this really works. Okay, so it's not the right time for them, right? For example, they got too much on their plate. They're already doing another business opportunity, right? How would you like it if someone disrupted your focus on what you're really focused on? It's very hard to do that. You need to get very good at identifying when is it the right time for someone. Timing is very important, especially when it comes to recruiting. They didn't value the offer to sign up now. Like I said, staying the same in the now versus taking action. Usually the fortune is in the follow-up, but if we can do the best we can to identify the right people who would get it now, and we do our best to position the offer such that now is the most important time, that's how you do it. That's how you make sure people take action. Otherwise, people just procrastinate, and you won't be able to follow up with them. But you want to create that, and then you still do the follow-up anyway. They didn't value you. Like I said, they need to see you as a leader, their ticket to their promised land. That involves a lot of know, like, and trust, but so much of it depends on the value you put out there. And they will see you as a leader for helping solving their problems. And just generally, you're taking action. You're doing the leadership activities, right? So there's a big thing there. Their ego and human condition, right? And they just could not surrender to this idea that you have something that's actually better than what they're already doing, right? There's a lot of ego involved in relationship marketing, and it's not something you can just remove away from someone, right? Sometimes there might be deeper reasons to that, but in the end, human condition is always the important factor, not just on them, but also on you, right? So just always bear that in mind. There's always that factor as well. And you want to do your best to find the right people who don't come with that. And if they do, you have a good way to identify if they do, so you don't waste your time. They're just not the right person, and they don't qualify. And I'm going to go through in one of the trainings, who is people who really do qualify, to make sure those are the people you're focusing on rather than all kinds of any other people. And you need many people in the hopper. Okay, this is where I said, if they're not the right person, that's fine. You just move on. You don't waste your time. Obviously, you want to make your sales, right? So you want to make sure you're moving towards that. This is a numbers game. There's probably a percentage of people who are really, going to accept your offer when you do it all right. But it is a numbers game. You can't control every single thing and get certain outcomes. It's a numbers game. You got to keep many people. We call it in the hopper. So you got always someone to go to next, such that when someone says no, just say next, and there's always someone next in line. So, like I said, there, some do and some don't. And you'll know from your own data as you keep doing it what your numbers are like. It's just about keeping on moving. You can't be in your control, but you can limit the unqualified, right? So if they're not the right person, could you learn? Is there something I could learn from this? Can I make sure I don't spend more time on the wrong people? And consistent lead flow is consistent cash flow, right? End of the day, we're here to make money, and a stream of income, not just like a one-off sales, right? So if you really think about it, all your money is coming from other people, right? So consistent lead flow going through not just your meeting, but the whole funnel process until you want to prospect and make the offer, and also for them to upgrade and go through to franchise. That's what it's about. A lot of people miss that. It's like it's invisible to them, but you really need to think about that as well. And obviously this is all just a scenario of when you get to the offer, but a lot of people don't even get to the offer, right? They just don't get to that position where they can actually offer someone in terms of how much of the relationship have they built to get to this point. So, okay, so some of the reasons why you don't even get to the offer, or have anyone to offer to, your mindset, right? I'm going to tell you right now, your mindset is going to be 95% of the game, because you're going to be given all the strategies that I'm going to show you that I've used that work, and that, you know, my millionaire mentor has used as well and shared to others, thousands of people. It's just going to come down to your mindset. It's literally bizarre how people sometimes just don't want success, that they don't take action. So that's going to be a big thing. So especially about action, even about intentions, I'm going to go through that. In terms of mindset, what are your intentions? That's a big thing, right? Because if your intentions are slightly off or slightly wrong, it's going to put you in a lot of pain. Then the human conditions, like I said, all kinds of things there. We'll go to that in a future training. But it is literally 95% of the reason. You know, all things you can improve without learning new knowledge and how-tos. So you can learn all the knowledge, all the how-tos. What's left is just down to your mindset and you taking action. People just don't know how to generate the leads. So how, you know, you want to put your value out there, but what if no one's there to see your value, right? How do you get people, not to see your value, but how do you get people in the first place such that you can put your value in front of them? So how do you generate those leads in the first place? Where do you get them from? How to get good quality leads, right? Without even having to spend a penny on paid advertising. That's a pretty cool thing, right? You don't have to spend a penny on paid advertising, yet you can generate unlimited leads. So that's something that we can cover in the training as well. Generally, just not being a true leader, right? The way to win this game is to become a leader. If you think about all the big stars of the industry, you know, just don't feel overwhelmed. If I say someone like Tony Robbins, right? He is a true leader. Look how many people follow him, and that's how he earns his money. That's how it's not, I don't know how he started off, but in general, the people who lead, they are the winners, right? You got the leaders and you got the cheerleaders. You want to be a leader, and not being a true leader, right? Which is the someone who really helps the people, and there's someone who really does take the action because they believe how much it can do for the rest of others. So, and obviously, yeah, to be an attractive factor, leadership is the way. And that's what you're going to want in this business. So there you go. That's high level view, which, you know, I'm sure if you could solve all of those problems, that would be very handy for you, whatever business it is that you're in. You know, it's not just about the business that I'm doing. And, you know, in the rest of my trainings, I'm going to be covering, you know, each of those aspects, going through these bullet points, especially also on the mindset. So if any of those are things you're interested in, then just, you know, click on whatever video it is that you're most interested in, and have a browse of what kind of training could be available to you if you wanted to join and work with us. All right, then. Bye-bye for now. Shut the recording. And